What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm not even sure what to even say with this. Shout out to Calvin Williams for sharing with me this clip of Von Miller. I tell you what, I'm gonna share the clip. You watch the clip, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Tell them I like cowboy hats. Tell them I like cowboy hats. I'm a real Dallas Cowboy. Man, Jack, do they want me, man? I'm gonna say they want me. I really want to go. All right, I'm about to come. Like versus DeMarcus Lawrence and Von Miller. Sounds good. It's rally.
What the hell is going on with the Dallas Cowboys? I don't know. I've got the Masters on. Tiger Woods, who 14 months ago was in a car accident that they thought they were going to have to amputate his leg, playing in pain, is playing extraordinary on a terrible day where they weren't sure that he would even be physically able to play. He's started out rough because he bogeyed 3 of his first 4 holes, but he's won over and going to be playing this weekend, which is crazy. That's whether you like him or hate him, he is a beast, and he is much watched television. So back to Von Miller. We all saw DeMarcus Ware, talking about, playing with DeMarcus Lawrence and everything else and come to Dallas. This isn't just me saying this. This is his own words. He was like, tell them I like cowboy hats. Tell them I'm a real cowboy. Tell them I want to play for them. And Stephen Jones didn't even pick up the phone. This is kind of crazy because, we know what deal he got in Buffalo. We know what kind of deal he got in Buffalo. We understand he got a big chunk of change. And I'm not saying that maybe we should have gone that high for Von Miller, but if he was really that enthused about being a Cowboy, who knows what deal you may have made. And the fact that you didn't even have a conversation. And let's go back now, too, because this seems to be just the thing that Stephen Jones, see no evil, hear no evil, know no evil tales, is literally just not even taking calls. This is a free agent, game changer, that could make your team better in the same way Bobby Wagner said, I had a real interest in going there. A guy who signed for $8 million, $7.5 million. You're telling me that Cap Boy, Stephen Jones, that you're not even going to consider these two? I'm just going to say hypothetically. Just hypothetically that, you did something like the other teams did. And, it said, we're going to throw caution to the wind. Because you see, don't give me this thing that we can't, overspend, that we're going to be in cap hell. When everybody is doing this, that everybody is going through and saying, damn the torpedoes, damn the cap, add some voidable years here, and sign people. I told you guys yesterday, cap numbers. Von Miller's, Bobby Wagner, Zadarius Smith. Their cap numbers this year combined are exactly what our franchise tag for Dalton Schultz is. Now, you're going to honestly tell me that there's no way, no how, that you can actually sign guys. Really, Stephen Jones? Really? But teams that were in much worse shape than you find a way to do this. Now, I'm not going to say that all of these guys are going to work out and be, difference makers where all these teams that signed all these free agents are going to be Super Bowl teams, because in the end, there's only going to be one. But you had a team that was 12-5. 12-5, dominating their division, and only a few plays away from moving on. This is where you look at it and say, okay, I've got a young defense that, if we can get a little bit more, we can be a little, we might have a chance. That we have an offense that if we can get a little bit more, I'm not saying go crazy, just a couple of little pieces here. I'm not saying build a whole roster on free agents, but can you honestly tell me that if we ended up having Zadarius Smith on the defensive line, Von Miller, and Bobby Wagner, with D-Law, Micah Parsons, a Neville Gallimore, and an OC, that you wouldn't actually look at that defense and say, oh, and don't forget about Diggs and Jaron Kearse, who had a great season, and even Anthony Brown that had 3 interceptions, that this wouldn't be a Super Bowl contending type of a defense? Are you honestly going to tell me that $10.9 million for guys who actually wanted to be here, but except for Stephen Jones, basically, nah. We know he lowballed Bobby Wagner, who came out and said, I had a real interest in going there. And Bobby Wagner wasn't like he was a $20 million dude. And the thing is we're just getting screwed over. We might win in spite of Stephen Jones, but we're not going to win because of Stephen Jones. I had a conversation, me and my man DMV. We're going to, he's going to be on the show tonight. But I'm going to ask a real question. If Stephen Jones was not employed by the Dallas Cowboys, would another NFL team hire him to be their cap guy, to be their money man? Honestly, I'm being serious here. I'm being 100% serious. Would somebody hire Stephen Jones in the same capacity? I'm betting that nobody would. I'm betting not a single NFL team would hire Stephen Jones. Now, I'm going to say Will McClay. We know people would love to have Will McClay, and that's the guy who should be making these decisions, not Stephen Jones, not Catboy. It literally makes you sick to your stomach when you start hearing these things. We'll definitely be talking about this in a couple hours, 9 o'clock Eastern. Tune in. Peace.